I'm building this guitar that's got kind of a country theme to it, hence the name Redneck on the headstock. And I'm getting ready to make a pickguard for it. Now, this one would look good on it, pearloid, black. I'm gonna make one out of this Merle record. I've made a template for routing them out. To make this routing template, I first made it out of a piece of thick aluminum like this, and I traced my pickguard onto it. I shaped it in my sander and some hand filing, fastened it to the top of the MDF, and ran the router bearing around this aluminum until I got this. Position your pickguard. You want most of that label to show, and I want it right in here. So I want to position it. Yeah, that's where I want it. And then I'm going to drill all these screw holes out. I've drilled the holes. I'm leaving 2 of the drills in so that the rest of these won't move around. They'll all be where they belong. Placed a beveled bit in the drill press, and I've set it to where it will not go down any farther than what I've determined I want it to go down to. There it is right there. And that determination was bevel on the screw hole, and it's just big enough for the head of that screw to fit in. Move the screws that were holding it in place so I can get the last 2 holes. You don't want to bevel the holes at the pickup screws that are going. I've got the record mounted on the routing template, and I have to make a hole where the pickup goes for the router to get started in. Well, I'm getting ready to run this record on the router. This is not the same record. I'm going to be honest with you. I screwed the other one up. This discoloration is me trying to glue some chips back in. Yeah, big mistake. But I'm going to go ahead and fasten it onto the template and route it out anyway. What I did that caused this chip out was I had a 1/2 inch bit. This hole was only 1/2 inch. So when this bit was sticking through there, it was right against the edges, and I hadn't started the router yet. When I started that router, it just chipped it right out. Now, if the router had already been running, I maybe could have got it through. But when you do that, you're going to risk the possibility of running your template. So what I've done is I put a smaller bit in there, and it's not even going to touch. And I will start it and then start routing. Always let your router bit come to a complete stop. So this one is a Merle Travis, one of my grandpa's favorite guitar players. There it is, looking pretty good. And here's what's left of the record. The template I made still does not have the cutout for the spoke wheel. And I don't want it to, because I still want to be able to make pickguards for Telecasters that have the old style, not the spoke wheel. So I'm going to make a separate jig to get that routed in there. So here's what I came up with to get the spoke wheel cut out in here. This was an old template for cutting the neck pocket in a body, and I've mounted the pick guard to it. I've got a hole down right here so it won't be floppy, and I've got stops on the fence of the router. 1/8 inch router bit. I got a 1/4 inch gap here, and I've got the stop set up that it gets a 5/8 inch wide. Let's check out the fit. I've marked all the holes to punch them and drill them out. Here are the pick guards I've made so far. Here's the one I've been using on my Telecaster. Made that a year or 2 ago. Had it on there ever since. Here's the one I just made, Merle Travis. Here's the Merle Haggard. I managed to kind of salvage it. I sprayed clear over top of it, and it has hidden the glue marks. And that piece I glued back in it's noticeable, but not too bad. I like this RCA label with the dog. And here's one that I made and was playing on my Telecaster for a while, but if you force a screw through a hole that's too small, that's what you get. It broke. So that's my explanation of how to make the pick guards for your Telecaster using patterns and jigs. And despite my best effort to have my thinking caps in a row, I still made some mistakes, breaking, chipping out. With this information, you should be well on your way to be able to make your own pick guards, and hopefully better than I did. So see you next time. Be sure to subscribe, like, share.